Hi, good evening. We'll start in a minute or so. We are going to cover time and work too. A lot of theory has been covered on how to solve questions when A works with B, works with C. A lot of theory has also been covered in the last session. In this session, our focus is going to be more and more on solving questions. By the end of this session, I would like to cover the theory of such types where 100 men are working as a group, or 8 men and 6 women are working as a group. So theory about groups working together. And the next session, I would like to focus on pipes and cisterns. So let us start with questions. Here, give it a try. Take a minute or so. Start solving. Comment your answers. There's a question on the screen for you. Give it a shot. And comment your answers. Once you are done, comment your answers. A, B, and C can complete a piece of work in 10, 12, and 30 days respectively. A and B work on first day, B and C work on second day, A and C work on third day, and same pattern continues from fourth day onwards. Then in how many days will the work be completed? Sometimes the answer to such questions is in form of decimals. This is a question based on alternate days or cyclic pattern of working. There is a very standard universal way to solve this. A, B, and C take 10 days, 12 days, 30 days. So what is the LCM that we get? 60. A has a speed 6, B has a speed 5, C has a speed 2. Now, it's a very small number 60, so I can manually complete this question. Day 1, AB come for work. So AB combined have 11 units of work, 11 or speed of 11 units of work per day. That is how much they can complete every day. On day 2, who comes for work on day 2? Day 2 it is BC. And what is the combined speed of B and C? 7 units. Who comes to work on day 3? A and C. A and C combined speed is 8. So the addition is 15 plus 11, 26. Follow my language. Whenever you wait for 3 days, in 3 days, 26 units of work will always be done. So if I wait for another 3 days, another set of 3 days, 26 units of work is done. So in 6 days, the work done is 52 units. How much work remains? 8 units of work remain. Now, who will come for the work? A and B will come for the work. How much work can they do in a single day? 11 units. Will they need a complete day? No. amount of work remaining is less than their speed. So what do? We say speed into time is equal to work. So how much time will they actually need? They will need 8 by 11 day. They will not need a complete day. They will need a fraction of it. So how many days have been required? Total number of days is 6.8 by 11. And yes, such questions are very common in all exams where days are fractional in value. Fractional number of days are very common in all kinds of exams. Take your time, copy this down, comment done. On some different value, if this was a larger number, let us say it was a larger number, I might need more calculation. But 6 is a very small number. Every time we work for 3 days, 26 units of work is done. Another 3 days, 26 units of work is done. 6 days, 52 units of work is done. So remaining work now is 8. A and B will not need an entire day. So at the end, you have to work with individuals in this manner. Copy this and comment done. Any doubts? Comment doubt. I'll repeat the whole process. Good. Take 2 minutes, try this. Something new. Somebody is a demolition man here. Is trying to break down the work. Or this is the first example of negative work that you are seeing. Negative work being done. A can build an entire wall in 30 days, whereas B, who is a demolition man, can break the entire wall in 12 days. They work on alternate days, starting with A, and how many days will the wall be built for the first time? So let me interchange these values. Because B, if he breaks the wall in lesser time than A, B is a fast worker or faster worker. So wall will never be completed. Let me change these numbers. A can complete the wall in 12 days and B can demolish it in 30 days. So I've changed numbers, I have reversed numbers. Give it a try, take 2 minutes. So these questions are common nowadays. Earlier you did not see where a person is doing negative work. A can build something in 12 days and B can demolish the same thing in 30 days. So put a minus sign above the person who is doing negative work and plus on the top of the person doing positive work. Common sense. So what is the LCM of both numbers? 60. The speed of this person is 5, speed of this person is 2. Because the person is demolishing, the speed is negative. So how such questions are solved is they are working on alternate days. So it's a pattern based question. Day 1, A will come and will build 5 units. Day 2, B will come and will destroy 2 units. So every time you wait for 2 days, the work done is 3 units. Now this is this approach that the method I'm applying now is incorrect. So what multiple of 3 is 60? 20. So many people will mark answer as 40 days, but you write this down and put a cross. This is incorrect. Why? This involves one calculation that A completed the work and then B destroyed 2 units to finish the work. So in all such questions, when they are working alternate, you remove this work from here first. You remove 5 units from 60, 55. Now listen to the language carefully. What multiple of 3 is closer to this? You again go back to this. Whenever you wait for 2 days, you can complete 3 units. What multiple of 3? 18th multiple. 54 units. 18th multiple. 36 days. So 36 days, 54 units are done. On the 37th day, A will come and A will finish 5 units. So 54 plus 5, 59 units are done. 38th day, B will come and will destroy 2 units. So 38 days are done. 57 work is also done. Now when A comes, you see A has a speed of 5. A has a speed of 5. How much is the leftover work? The leftover work is 3. Will A need a full day? No. A को पूरा दिन नहीं लगेगा. How many days will A take? What is the approach? Speed of the person 5 into time is equal to work. So A will take 3 by 5 days. So how many total days are needed? Total days needed are 38, 3 by 5. Give it a shot, take your time, copy this down, highlight this. Confirmation of this, you are able to keep up with this, confirm this. You will have to work in cyclic manner. And then when leftover work is there, remaining work is there, you can look at the speed of the individual and rearrange the number of days. Let us try this. A can do a piece of work in 4 days. B takes double the time taken by A. C takes double the time taken by B. D takes double the time taken by C to complete the same task. They are paired in groups of 2 each. One pair takes 2/3 of the time needed by second pair to complete the work. Which is the first pair? Slow down, read everything couple of times, see if it makes sense, and then give it a try. Break down the question into smaller parts. A takes 4 days. B takes double the time as compared to A, 8 days. C takes double the time compared to B. D takes double the time compared to C. Done. They are paired in groups of 2. I need X and Y in a pair. I need P and Q in a pair. Time taken by the first pair is 2/3 of the time taken by second pair. So the question is, which is the first pair? Is the first pair AB? Is the first pair AC? Is the first pair BC? Is the first pair AD? So I have to work and find out number of days for pairs. So let us find out number of days first of all. The total work I'll assume as 32. Speed becomes 8, 4, 2, and 1. These are the speeds. Now here rather than finding out number of days, do you understand? Observe the X and Y pair and P and Q pair have the time in 2:3. Can I think reverse and say speed of X and Y and speed of P and Q will be 3:2? You do not have to actually find out time. That might come out to be decimals. You might have decimal as answers. Don't do that. So let us say if A and B are XY, what is their speed? 12. So C and D are the PQ. Their speed is 3. Is the ratio 3/2? No. AB cannot be the first pair. See, in pair also they are completing same work. If they are completing same work, the speed and time are inverse. Time ratio is 2/3. Speed ratio must be 3/2. If I take A and C as pair, A and C as pair, A and C speed is 10. B and D speed is 5. Is the ratio 3/2? No. If I take B and C as a pair, B and C have a speed of 6. A and D have a speed of 9. So here the ratio becomes 2/3. That means my XY is AD. My XY is AD. Look at this. A and D have a speed. A and D combined have a speed of 9. B and C have a speed of 6. The ratio is 3/2. That's your answer. This is one of the tricky problems. You don't have to actually find out number of days. Number of days might turn out to be decimals. You'll be wasting time. It is better you simply verify through speeds. Observe, because 32 is the work. Do you see B and C have a speed of 6? Is 32 divisible by 6? No. They're decimals. It is better you apply common sense and verify. A and D is the pair we were looking for. Take your time. Take a minute. Give it a try. A can complete the job in 10. A and B can complete the job in 10 and 8 days respectively. With the help of C, they finish the job in 4 days and are paid rupees 1000 as remuneration. Means salary, payment for work. What is the difference between amounts paid to B and C? Very straightforward question. Take 1 minute. Solve and answer. So काफी straightforward question है. A can do a work in 10 days. B can do the same work in 8 days. A, B, and C together finish the work in 4 days. What is the LCM? Looks like 40. Speed is 4, speed is 5, speed is 10. So speed of C is basically 1. See, A and B have a speed 9. All of them have a speed 10. So C must have a speed 5. Now you see, the speed of individual when they work together determines how much work will they do, because they're working together. The time of individuals, the time is same. If the time is same, speed determines work. So speed of A is 4, speed of B is 5, and speed of C is 1. So that is going to represent their salaries also. How much salary will B get? B will get 5 out of 4 plus 5 plus 1, which is 5 out of 10. B will get half of the salary. Half of 1000 rupees is 500. Salary of C is 1 out of 10. So 1/10 of 100 is 50. This is 50 rupees. Mistakes. 500 rupees and 100 rupees. 500 rupees and 1000 ka 1/10 is 100 rupees. What is the difference between B and C? The difference is 400 rupees. Let us move on. A person can complete a job in 120 days. He works alone on day 1. On day 2, he is joined by another person who can also complete the job in exactly 120 days. On day 3, they are joined by another person of equal efficiency. Like this, every day a new person of same efficiency joins the work. How many days are required to complete the job? Take your time. This will turn into an equation, probably a quadratic. Give it a try. In this case, we do not know what is the speed of an individual. Only thing we know is one person can complete the job in 120 days. So how I can start solving this question is, I am assuming speed of one man is 1 unit. Every day, the person can do 1 unit of work. So a person can complete the job in 120 days. So I'll start by saying 120 into 1 is the work. Now, how is this work being achieved, or we are trying to do this work? On day 1, there is one individual with the speed of 1. So 1 unit of work done. Day 2, he is joined by another person who can do the same job in 120 days. This person can do the job in 120 days. New person also can do the job in 120 days. Their speeds are same. So now there are two people working for 1 day. This is day, this is number of people. Speed is 1. On day 3, there are 3 people with speed 1. On day 4, there are 4 people with speed 1. The question is, on which day will the work be completed? So the answer could be in the form of decimal, or the answer could be in the form of integer, depending upon how the question has been written or interpreted. How many days are required to finish the job? Let me try both. The number of days are n. N workers are there with speed 1. So I want 120 work to be done by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. These are called natural numbers. Addition of natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2. Here, I have maybe covered earlier as well this kind of information for you, this kind of trick for you. And again, these tricks are the ones that help you in cracking exams faster. Never solve a quadratic like this. It's a quadratic, n square plus n. You think reverse. You think reverse. Can I say the value on the right side is n square plus something? It is square. It is closer to a square. Now this number is close to what square? This number 240 is less than 15 square. It's more than 15 square and less than 16 square. 16 square is 256. I'm saying if it is an integer, if n is an integer, it will be 15. Just check. 15 into, if I put 15 here, it becomes 16. 15 into 16, please observe. 15 into 15, 225 plus 15. That is 240. It matches beautifully. So on 15th day, or by the end of 15th day, the work is done. 15th day. How many workers will be there on that day? There will be 15 workers on that day. You come across n square, or you come across n into n plus 1, n into n plus 2. You consider that to be closer to a square. You consider it to be very close to a square. Always check for squares. Confirmation on this? पहले complete कर लो, then confirmation on this. Moving on from this. When they work alone, B needs 25% more time to finish a job than A. They too finish the job in 13 days in following manner. A works alone till half of the job is done Then A and B work together for 4 days. Finally, B completes the work alone, the complete the remaining work alone, which is 5% of the job. In how many days can B finish the entire work? What you're looking at is a question from CAT, as it is taken from CAT, put here on the screen. It is not an easy question, but still give it a try. Take your time, give it a shot. Now, I can assure you of one thing. If you have been attending sessions from the start, whenever there's a complex question you are not able to solve, then you think of jugaad and tricks. Something that can be solved, try to maintain speed and solve it. वहां पर ज्ञान नहीं लगाना है. The question starts by telling us B needs 25% more time than A. Do you remember? 25% is 1 by 4, and when you say more, you say 5 by 4. The time taken by B should be 5 by 4 times of time taken by A. Generally speaking, when the questions are framed, while framing the question, the number of days are integers. On the screen, how many of these numbers look like to you which are going to be form of 5 times? Number of days of A should be multiple of 4. So number of days of B should be multiple of 5. This looks like the only option. If I find this question difficult, if I find this problem unsolvable, I will think of jugaad. Now let me test it. If the days of A are 16, days of B are 20. So what are the speed ratios, or if you want to work with LCM, what is the LCM of both numbers? LCM of both numbers is 80. Speeds are 5 and 4. All right, please observe now. They too finish the job in 13 days. The total days are 13. In such a manner, A alone works till half of the job is done. What is half? What is half of this? 8 days. So A alone has worked for 8 days because आधा काम करेगा तो days आधे रहेंगे. Now A and B work together for 4 days. I am saying 4 days they have worked for. Now please observe here. 40 units of work has been done by A. When A and B join, look at this number. Look at this number. 5 and 4, 9. When A and B join hands, they can complete 9 units of work every day. So what is 9 into 4? 36 units of work is done by A and B. In 4 days, they can do this. How much work remains? How much work remains? 4 units of work. Total work is 80. 40 is done. 36 is done. How much work remains? 4 units. How many days will B take? How many days will B take to complete 4 units? 1 day. So, which is 5% of the job? 4 units is 5% of the job. This is 45%. Are we able to complete the entire work in prescribed time, 13 days? Yes. 8 plus 4 plus 1 is 13 days. It fulfills all requirements. Answer is C, Calcutta. So this is how you develop aptitude for such questions. Again, if you feel the question is simple, even if you feel the question is time taking, but you can solve. In exam, actually solve it. वहां पर ज्ञान नहीं लगाना है. Don't take unnecessary risks. If it is solvable, go ahead and solve it. If not, now you think of a jugaad. I hope you are able to understand this. Moving on. Yeah, moving on from this as well. Chalo, try this. At their usual efficiency levels, A and B together finish a task in 12 days. If A alone worked at half as efficient as usually she does, and B worked thrice as efficiently as he usually does, the task would have been completed in 9 days. How many days would A alone take to finish the task if she works alone at her usual efficiency? And again, you're looking at a replica question, a replica of CAT question. Give it a try. You have solved one question day before yesterday. We ended the session after that particular problem. That was the last question we solved. So let's start from this hint that they can complete the work in 12 days. Let us say the speed is A and the speed is B. Speed into time is equal to work. When A works at half of the efficiency and B works at 3 times of the efficiency, the work is done in 9 days. This is the actual work. Never multiply or divide numbers here. When you rewrite, then do that. This can be cancelled with 3 times. This can be cancelled with 4 times. So I will write 4A plus 4B is equal to 3A by 2 plus 9B. ये 3 अंदर जाके 9 बन जाएगा. Now transfer it on the right side. 9 minus 4, 5B. Transfer this on the left side. 4 minus 3 by 2, A. ये हो जाएगा 8, ये हो जाएगा 5, ये हो जाएगा 5A by 2 is equal to 5. 5 cancel. Just now we have proved A is equal to 2B. What was the question? In how many days would A complete the work at usual efficiency? Can I say B is equal to A by 2? You put it either here or here. It makes no difference because they are the same work. So A plus, I'm putting the value here. A plus A by 2 into 12 is equal to work. This goes above. This becomes 2A plus A. 3A by 2 into 12. This is cancelled. So 18A is equal to work. Now, do you remember the relation? Speed into days is equal to work. What is this? What is this? This is the days. This is the speed. Days taken by A into speed of A is equal to work. So how many days will A take? 18. If the question is doable from your point of view, solve it. We had taken a different approach in the last session. Here we are taking a different approach. Complete this, mark your answer. Moving on. John takes twice as much time as Jack to finish a job. Jack and Jim together take 1/3 the time to finish the job than John takes working alone. Moreover, in order to finish the job, John takes 3 days more than that taken by three of them working together. How many days will Jim finish the job working alone? It's one of the rare problems. If you try to approach it through LCM, you need to be very careful, very, very careful. Usually such question should be solved by unitary method. Number of days taken by A, inverse. Number of days taken by B, inverse, is the total days taken by A and B together. Something like this. But I'll give you 3 minutes to try. Go on. Give it a shot. Observe. Here, the names are also very confusing. There's a John, there's a Jack, there is a Jack, there's a Jim, and then they work together. So I'm using John as JH, Jack as JA, and Jim as JM. John takes twice as much time as taken by Jack. So I'm writing both. Time taken by John is twice the time taken by Jack. I can also say speed of Jack is twice the speed of John. I'm keeping both in mind. I do not know whether I'll be able to solve it through LCM or one by one by. Jack and Jim together take 1/3 the time as compared to time taken by John. Now I can see a pattern emerging. I can see this is John. Who? Jack and Jim. See, because the time is 1/3, I'm thinking reverse. Please observe. Speed of Jack and speed of Jim is 3 times the speed of John. So I get a hint. Do you observe? Jack has a speed twice of John. When Jim works together, the speed increases by 1 times. So it proves speed of Jim is same as speed of John. These three I'm focusing on. Time I'm avoiding now. I thought I saw a relation in speed, so I'm going with that. Moreover, in order to finish the job, John takes 3 days more than 3 of them working together. Do you see? If I assume the speed of John is 1, speed of Jack is 2, speed of Jim is 1. So total speed becomes 4. Now I would prefer the speed to be in the form of x to avoid any mistakes. Total speed is 4x. Now here we are saying John takes 3 days more to complete the job as all of them working together. So total speed into d number of days is equal to speed of John into d plus 3. Cancelled. You observe 4d is equal to d plus 3, 3d is equal to 3, d is equal to 1. So all of them working alone, they can do the job in 1 day. So total work becomes 4. Speed into time. Total work becomes 4x. I want Jim to complete. So Jim has the same speed as John. So work upon speed, it will take 4 days. It will take Jim 4 days to complete the work. You are solving a replica of cat and you can see how many twists and turns are there in a single question. Take your time, copy this down. Moving on from this. A group of workers was put on a job From second day onwards, one worker was withdrawn each day. The job was finished when the last worker was withdrawn. Had no worker been withdrawn at any stage, the work would have been finished in 2/3 of the time. How many workers were there in the group? Again, you're looking at a CAT replica. Give it a try. Take 2 minutes. Read everything carefully. Again, if you feel it is difficult for you to solve, look for patterns. जुगाड़ तभी सोचना है when you find it difficult to solve. You are saying there are some number of men who start the work, and from second day one person is decreased or reduced, taken away, and when the last worker leaves, the work is done. You are telling me the number of workers is equal to number of days, and you are saying the work was done in 2/3 of the time. Number of days divided by multiplied with 2 by 3 must be an integer. If this is the case, the number of workers must also be a multiple of 3. There are 3 workers. Please observe how I am approaching this. 3 workers can do the work in 3 days. So what is the work? 9 is the work. So here on the first day, 3 workers start. Second day, there are 2 workers. Third day, there is 1 worker. Three workers, 2 workers, 1 worker. The work done is 6. So do you see 2/3 of the work has been done? Oh, I'm reading it reverse. Still, the answer is correct, guys. Question is, when workers are being removed, please observe. Please observe. 3 workers on first day, 2 workers on second, third worker on the last day. The work is 6. If I ask 3 workers to work for some number of time, time t, it will take us 2 days. Is 2 days 2/3 of total 3 days? Work will see if they work together, if all of them work together, the time will be 2/3 of total. Right now, time is 3 days. Is 2 days 2/3 of 3? Yes, that's your answer. Again, repeating the same thing, जुगाड़ तभी लगाना है when you are stuck with something. Moving on. Anushka and Anirudh working together can complete a piece of work in 20 days. They started working together, but Anushka left after X days. Anirudh finished the remaining work in next X by 2 days. Had Anushka left after 3X by 4 days, Anirudh would have finished the work in X days. Find the ratio of efficiency of Anushka and Anirudh. Give it a shot. So here the question starts by telling us that two individuals can complete a piece of work in 20 days. They start working together and Anushka left after X days. Anirudh finished the remaining work in X by 2 days. I'm assuming the speed of this person as A and this person as B. The total work is A plus B into 20. Same work is being done. Please understand and observe. Same work is being done. When they both together work for X number of days and then Anushka leaves, Anirudh alone works for X by 2 days. It is the same work. It is the same work. Another example is given if Anushka had left after 3 by 4 X number of days, Anirudh will take X number of days. So basically, I am going to equate these two. Why would I do that? Because X is common in every part of the equation. X will be cancelled by default. I will have A plus B by 2 is equal to 3 by 4A plus 3 by 4B plus B. What am I looking for? A ratio between A and B. So I can cancel B and B. I can transfer it on the left hand side. A minus 3 by A is 1 by 4A. I will transfer this on the right hand side. 3 by 4 minus 1 by 2. 3 by 4 minus 1 by 2. So this will again become 1 by 4, 1 by 4b. So 1 by 4a is equal to 1 by 4b. The ratio of speeds is 1 by 1. You want the efficiency ratio. Efficiency ratio will be 1 by 1. I might be able to observe a pattern in x, x3, 3x by 4, but I can still directly solve the question by putting values of a and b. Clear? Good. Ramesh and Ganesh can complete can together complete a work in 16 days. After 7 days of working together, Ramesh got sick and his efficiency fell by 30%. As a result, they completed the work in 17 days instead of 16 days. If Ganesh had worked alone after Ramesh got sick, in how many days would he have completed the remaining work? Again, you're looking at a past CAT question. Apply common sense and give it a shot. You observe this part. They can complete the work in 16 days. So I'm saying Ramesh and Ganesh, RNG are their speeds, can complete the work in 16 days. So that is the work to be done. Speed into time. They have already worked for 7 days. R and G have worked for 7 days. Now Ramesh got sick and his efficiency fell by 30%. Something that falls by 30%, it becomes equal to 70% of itself. So speed of Ramesh has become 70% of itself. 7 by 10 R. 7 by 10 R. Ganesh, nothing happened to Ganesh. Speed is G. Rather than 16 days, work lasted for 17 days. 7 days are gone, lasted for 17 days. So 10 days are needed here. This is the work. This is the work. Then the question is, If Ganesh had worked alone after Ramesh got sick, how many days? So first, why is this information given to us? So that we can work with the speed of these individuals. Let me rearrange all of this. I will transfer it on the left side. R plus G is common. 16 minus 7, 9. 9 times of R, 9 times of G is equal to, this 10 is multiplied inside 7R plus 10G. Transfer it on this side. 2R is equal to G. So Ganesh has twice the speed as compared to R. So you can assume a simple value. Speed of R is equal to 1, G is equal to 2, and go on with this. Put these numbers here. You can put them on right side also, but it will be a little difficult to work with. Take these numbers and put them here. R plus G is 3. 3 into 16. 48 is the work to be done. Now, 7 days they were together. What is the speed? R plus G, 3. 3. 3 into 7, 21 days of work is done. How much work remains? 27 amount of work remains. Who will complete this? Ganesh. With what speed? 2. So how many days will Ganesh take now at this moment? So days into speed is equal to work. So days will be 13.5. 13.5 is this number. Option B. That was the question. How much time will Ganesh take to complete the leftover work, the remaining work? Luckily, you had an option to verify. Otherwise, if you got a decimal answer in theta question, you'll probably freak out. Theta answers usually are not decimals. Observe this. Moving on from this. Moving on. In the nuts and bolts factory, one machine produces only nuts at the rate of 100 nuts per minute and needs to be cleaned for 5 minutes after production of 1000 nuts. Another machine produces bolts at the rate of 75 bolts per minute and needs to be cleaned for 10 minutes after production of 150 bolts. After 1500 bolts. If both machines start production at the, I think the question is partial. Half of the information is missing. There must be a number at the end that this many bolts are required. What time will it take? So the question is partial. The question is incomplete. So I am supposed to start with theory. I would like to cover theory of people working together in groups, people working as groups of men and women, and then theory of pipes and cisterns. But the attendance is on the lower side. So let us do that at 9 p.m. slot. I'll start with the theory. I'll start with examples in the 9 p.m. slot. Yeah, we'll meet at 9 p.m. Ending the class here. Sharp 9 p.m. we meet.